My life story. My name is Donagia Baunza and I am 27 years old. I was born on June 27, 1998 in Querétaro, Mexico. My mother told me that it was a busy Saturday. She started having constructions in the morning, but my father had his final university exam that day. He was worried because he didn't want to miss my birth. So my mother said he touched her belly and asked me, "Please, wait until I finish my exam." And I did it. When my father got home, my mother went into labor. Since I was a baby, I have been very obedient. My parents love each other, but their marriage didn't last long. When I was 1 year and 8 months old, they separated. My father got married when I was 3 years old. I lived with my mother in Querétaro until I was 5, and then I moved to live with my biological father for a year. When I was 6, my mother married Enrique. I also see him as my father. We moved to Mexico City because of her job. We changed houses many times, but the biggest change was when we moved to Veracruz when I was 8. My mother's family is from Veracruz, so I spent more time with my grandparents. My grandmother opened a traditional food restaurant when she was pregnant with my mother, and she named it Donají. I have the same name as my mom, so I feel special knowing the restaurant had my name. This is when I discovered my passion for cooking. Reading became important to me in middle school. I loved reading when I was little, but when I turned 13, I wrote my first story. Since then, I have never stopped writing. I returned to Querétaro from high school. This was a happy time in my life. In my first year, I made the love of my life. Years later, we got married. I also met my best friends, and I had many experiences that helped me grow. When I turned 18, I moved to Toluca, and I have to live my dream of becoming a writer. I started studying gastronomy. In my first year, I decided to live alone. Then COVID happened. And it was difficult because my career needed a lot of practice, but everything was online. The pandemic also affected my job. I worked in a restaurant, but it had to close. It was a hard time, but I got a job in Querétaro helping a professor with her thesis. This made me think about my career and my future. After some months of in therapy, I decided to leave gastronomy and take time to think about what I really want. 4 years ago, on February 14, I met again with the guy I loved in high school. In November 2022, we got married, and in March 2023, we had our first child. In 2023, I decided to return to writing. I took an online writing course, and in October 2024, I started my degree in language and literature.